Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. My name's Levi McCurdy, and this is episode 182. That's how many weeks we've been doing it. That's how many times it's been said, and here we are. Welcome back, folks. Thank you so much for spending another week with me. If I don't have to tell you, as I do in every episode, what I need you to do is hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button, okay? It's how we function. If you don't do those things, we cease to function. Does that mean I'm going to stop? No, absolutely not. But at the end of the day, it fuels me to keep going every time you hit the like button, subscribe, do the whole 9 yards. You know the deal. Leave a comment below. And speaking of comments, boy, we've got them this week, and they're quite opposite of last week. Last week we started the episode and I read off some nasty, just throwing dirt in my face type of comment from Jeanette. And now this week, the community were, they were here. They showed up. You guys showed up this week. And so we've got like 2 or 3 new fans of the channel. Okay. It's literally, look at this comment right here by RC Kelly. I don't think that's a pronounceable username. So for all intents and purposes, thank you at RC Kelly or RCKI. I can't, my eyes are so bad. I'm going blind. He said, and I quote, I can't make this up. Sir, I've said it before in chat and I'll say it again and again and again. You know exactly how much to hit that button. It's an art, and you are a master painter of hitting the button. And to that, I only have to say,
what are we doing?
But it's not just him. You know what I mean? It's literally, we've got, here, where's my other new friend? Here he is, my other new friend at Cordell. Brox, I can't read, let alone spell. Shout out to you, Cordell. Okay, his comment reads this week, dude, you're cracking me up. This is a solid breakdown of how ridiculous the MD Foodie Boys content actually is.
What are we doing?
And we'll get to the MD Foodie Boys a little bit later in today's episode because we'll talk about them until the indefinite end of time. We're obsessed. It's our new favorite show to tune into every week. If you're not doing it after immediately you listen to this episode, go check out what the MD Foodies Boys are talking about this week. And so shout out to Cordell for the positivity and the love on the channel. We are digging that every single day. And then, of course, just as of 15 hours ago, we've got at Munchlax. I'm sure that's a play on words for the Pokemon Munchlax, right? I know a thing or two. His comment says, and you gotta love these. This comment says, you're so gay.
What are we doing?
And those are your positive comments of the week. You know what I mean, dude? So we're kicking off this week strong. We're positive. We're ready to go. But when we heard this week's news come in under the radar just this past week, we weren't too thrilled about it. And so essentially what is happening now, due to his ongoing efforts as the leader of Doge, aka the second vice president of the United States, Elon Musk, is being attacked. His Teslas are being attacked, not his personally, but like random people on the streets. We're setting fire to superchargers. We're blowing up Cybertrucks. We're spray painting swastikas and nasty words on the buildings, the dealerships, the whole 9 yards. Elon Musk and Tesla are currently under attack, and it's not looking good for the brand. Their stock prices tanked by about 30 to 40%, okay? A lot of people are saying to buy the dip, But at this point in time, it's not looking too good. It's not looking like a dippable situation where I think we might just be in the new grounds of whatever the price is of Tesla stock today. That's probably where it's going to stay for the foreseeable future. So Tesla is being attacked due to the efforts of their founder, CEO, leader, and the inevitable ruler of this planet, if not multiple planets in our solar system, Elon Musk, are doing together within their operations and efforts at Doge, okay? And so naturally with these attacks, they're calling them threats of terror, like it's terrorism. They're defining it in some news outlets, depending on which way they side. And so basically at the end of the day, of course, Elon Musk has absolutely everything to say about these attacks. Listen to this.
I mean, it's really come as quite a shock to me that there's this level of really hatred and violence from the left. I always thought the left, or Democrats, were supposed to be the party of empathy, the party of caring, and yet they're burning down cars, they're firebombing dealerships, they're firing bullets into the dealerships, they're just smashing up Teslas. Tesla is a peaceful company. We've never done anything harmful. I've never done anything harmful. I've only done productive things. So I think we just have a deranged. There's some kind of mental illness thing going on here, because this doesn't make any sense.
There's some kind of mental illness thing going on.
What are we doing?
So clearly, what is happening with these attacks on Tesla is a direct result of the mental illness epidemic here that we suffer in the United States. This has been going on for a long time now. There's, we don't have access to healthcare or physicians or psychiatrists to give us the pills and everything that we need to become mentally sound. So for those people who are upset and also that just a smidge deranged, 2% off, they're blowing Teslas up. Anytime you see a Tesla 3 driving down the side of the highway, blow it up. Anytime you see a Cybertruck driving through your city or state, I know you have, you want to just shoot at it. Well, guess what? Those are bulletproof. So we've got to come up with a bit more of a creative way to destroy the Cybertrucks. But at the end of the day, Elon Musk is blaming the attacks of the Tesla brand by the American people and mentally challenged epidemic. There is a mental disorder spreading across the country that is directly resulting in Elon Musk's company being attacked. And to that I say,
what are we doing?
Because what I think Mr. Musk fails to realize is the majority of these people are not mentally challenged, and they are not upset that you are the CEO of Tesla, Mr. Musk. I think they're probably, if I had to take a guess, if I had to take my best educated college degree of a guess, I would say that they're most likely upset and spray painting very nasty things on the side of your buildings because of, I don't know, maybe your work with Doge that has led to tens of thousands of federal workers being fired or put on furlough, cuts to veteran care, threats to Social Security benefits, life-saving foreign aid has been cut, food banks have been shut down, medical research, and I mean, what about Ebola, my guy? Elon Musk and his team over at Doge have not only made an oopsie, but an oopsie that they have defined as an oopsie. They literally, and this is 100% true, Elon Musk and his team accidentally, because we've had accidentals. We fired a bunch of nuclear physicists, research people. Then we had to bring them back. We fired a bunch of people from NASA. We had to bring them back. And so now we made another oopsie. He accidentally canceled the contracts that were going and paying directly for the research and prevention of Ebola in this country.
What are we doing?
And so in his own words, and I quote, Elon Musk said, oopsie,
one of the things we accidentally canceled very briefly was Ebola, Ebola prevention. I think we all want Ebola prevention.
I'd say Doge and Elon Musk's team, when it comes to, sifting through the bottom line of financial expenditures within the United States, is getting about a D-, which is more than most of us can say per high school grade. So I guess he's doing an okay job. Hey, Elon, does any of these savings go towards the deficit or the overall debt within the country that we currently have?
What are we doing?
And so I think it's safe to say that, you know what I mean? It's kind of a little bit ridiculous. And now with this week's news, we have even more of an update. And guess what? I am saddened to say, to share not only what I'm personally going through, but people I know and now work with. Doge has hit home. Okay. What's happening now, also at a federal level, we have discovered, is that through the power of Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and the Doge program, they have shut down federal funding and payments towards agricultural and farming at a federal level. So that means any small business, nonprofit, and or farmer who is directly relying on grants and or funding from the federal government have not received a penny in the last 60 days. And this typically, doesn't seem like a big deal until it starts to trickle down the rabbit hole. At its grand gesture of it all, it might seem like a good idea to save that $30 million a year, Mr. Musk. But at the end of the day, you're affecting small businesses, small farmers, and essentially now it's me.
What are we doing?
So because of Elon Musk and Doge and what is now being described as a federal funding freeze, organizations, especially here within Pennsylvania, are feeling that. Specifically, case in point, Passa. Passa is a Pennsylvania Association for Sustainable Agriculture. Google the word Passa, their website comes up, PASA. Pennsylvania Association for Sustainable Agriculture. And basically what has happened is because of all these things currently going on with the administration, they haven't received a dime in the last 60 days. And within the last 60 days, they have been forced to use their savings accounts and any other reserves and or untapped financial resources that they possibly can to continue the payroll of their 20 to 30 plus staff members and everything else they need to operate as an organization. And now that we're within that 60-day range, guess what? The funding has not been unfrozen and they're out of money.
What are we doing?
And so now, starting on April 1st, this nonprofit organization, much like many others through the country, within the state you live in, this is not just a direct one-time off instance of a situation. I'm going to assume that there are organizations within every state that is going through this exact same problem. April 1st, their 20 to 30 person team is now furloughed. All employees have no job, they have no money, and the organization, whether it will continue to cease to exist, is still up in the air. And so how does that affect me directly? Well, when I'm a part of the digital marketing agency that handles these organizations' online marketing, website hosting, domain, digital media, Facebook, social media ads, the things that we do on a daily basis for our 80 plus clients. Well, when one of our clients is affected by said federal funding freeze and they're on furlough, if they can't afford to pay their employees, how do you think they're going to afford to pay their third-party vendors that handles all of their digital marketing?
What are we doing?
And so now, essentially, it's not a bit, because when I say Elon Musk and I now have a direct problem, I'm 1,000% serious. I couldn't be more serious when I say Elon Musk is now currently responsible for effing up my financial situation.
What are we doing?
So now Elon and I have a problem. I have 3 golden rules, okay? Whatever the administration, BlackRock, the country, society, social media, the billionaires, whoever the powers that be may actually be, all you've got to do is not negatively affect me, my money, or my family, and I don't give a shit what you do. You want to sell golden sneakers with your face on it, Donald Trump? Be my guest.
What are we doing?
But at the end of the day, it is now apparent that with these federal funding freezes, whether it is at a state and or federal level and or organization, nonprofit, for-profit, farms, organizations, it is now directly affecting my financial bottom line. I mean, hey, if this organization can't afford to pay their employees, there's no way they can afford to pay me. And if they can't afford to pay me, that means $0. And if that means $0, guess what? That means I need to figure out how to come up with money to feed my son.
What are we doing?
And so it's a very interesting situation to sit back and see all of these, things, these departments. We're signing away the Department of Education. We're getting rid of plastic and paper straws. We're signing the documents. We're doing this. We're doing that. Pardoning this person. Signing executive orders. We've got Elon saving us 50 billion here, 50 billion there. Fires left and right. The whole thing seemingly seems to be on fire, is all fun and games to watch until it 1000% directly hits home. Then it doesn't seem so fucked up anymore, and it just kind of becomes this thing that you just essentially have to deal with. Because if it's any consolation to you, I don't think Elon Musk gives a shit about me.
What are we doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of the What Are We Doing podcast is brought to you by Blue Chew. Do you like to have sex like we do? Well, then you need Blue Chew. If you're of one of the people on this planet, no matter how you identify, of the male anatomy, listen up. If you don't have male genitalia downstairs working for you, no matter what's upstairs, it's what's on the inside. And in this instance, a little bit of the outside that counts. You need Blue Chew. You're going to go to wadpod.com/blue, WAWDPOD /BLUE. You're going to get your first order of Blue Chew for free. You only pay $5 for shipping. And if you don't have $5, shame on you, dude. She doesn't deserve that. Leave her, get your shit together, and then come right back when you can afford some Blue Chew. Okay? I'll wait. Now that the serious folks are here, wadpod.com/blue. We're not gatekeeping it anymore, just like you shouldn't be gatekeeping those erections from her. You want your marriage back? You want your life back? You want your relationship to be exciting and thrilling and happy again? Put 2 packs of Blue Chew on her nightstand right before you're about to go to bed, 30 to 45 minutes. She'll get the hint, and then bada bing, bada boom, you're chewing and doing just like we are. Megs loves it. So do I. It's Blue Chew. It tastes great and it works great. It has the same active ingredients as Cialis and Viagra. And when I tell you everything is discreet from the doctor's visit online, you can do it directly from your iPhone, all the way up into the packaging arriving at your front door, whether you want your significant other to know or not. Whether you got it as a gift, whether you got it for your husband, whether you got it for your wife, whether you got it for the person you just met at the gym this morning, Blue Chew is something that you need to do. Am I right, fellas? Yes or yes?
What are we doing?
wadpod.com/blue. I'm so sorry. My fingers slipped. We hit the button. Back to the show. So that's where Doge is at. That's how that's going. You know what I mean? But hey, it's America, okay? And we're all Americans here. And what made this at one point in time, arguably one of the best countries on the planet, is that it is the best country on the planet. Some would argue, not in my personal opinion, but some people think it is. And you know what I mean? That's why we continuously get things to distract us. When it comes to things like Elon Musk and Doge and directly affecting my paycheck, you better believe that the other half of America will come with the perfect distraction, okay? And that's part of the reason why we've had shows like American Idol on air for the last, I don't know, what seems to be 37 years.
What are we doing?
Like for the first time just the other day, because it popped up on my Hulu feed, whatever, on the homepage, I turned on American Idol for the first time just the other day, and boy, did it take me back. I mean, it took me back the last time I was watching American Idol was probably how many? 17 years ago. 17 years ago was the last time I watched American Idol, and I'll never effing forget. I downloaded the video somehow 17 years ago because YouTube wasn't a thing then, and I had the MP3 version of this song on my iPod. Boy, oh boy, it was none other than Blake Lewis doing You Give Love a Bad Name by Bon Jovi. And what you need to know about Blake Lewis is he's a beatboxer. So when it came to singing, that was like his second skill, and beatboxing was first. But the judges at the time, I'm pretty sure it was Randy and Paula. It might have been Simon. I don't know. It was 17 years ago. You tell me. They were like, yeah, babe, we're not loving the whole beatboxing thing. This is American Idol. You need to sing. So Blake Lewis had to bring out like half singing, half beatboxing just to show off his skills. Listen to this was him. Ready? Here we go. Yeah.
Shot through the heart, and you're to blame, darling.
You give love a bad name. Here he goes, beatboxing. Whatever this is, whatever that was, hey, don't ever do that again.
What are we doing?
So Blake Lewis, I don't think he won. He was like in the top 5 or something, but I've never seen him again. I've never heard a Blake Lewis song or heard of him since American Idol. And that's pretty much the bottom line. That's pretty much what American Idol has become. I mean, let's face it, we all in 20 plus years, we've only discovered maybe 1, maybe 2 actual pop stars from American Idol. Case in point, I'm pretty sure Kelly Clarkson is a judge this year, or someone, they made a big deal out of it. She was the first to win, and now she's back. She's the first person to be a contestant and then a judge on American Idol. It's a whole fucking...
What are we doing?
So the show doesn't find actual superstars. There's no one headlining Coachella. There's no one getting press like Sabrina or Taylor or Beyonce or whatever. No one extremely crazy famous, except for like the first to do it, of course, has actually made it from American Idol. And let's be honest, we all know someone, okay? This is getting real for a minute, because we all know someone who's currently like 30 plus years old right now, who has been through the circuit. They've been through the American Idol audition circuit. They drove to the nearest big city like New York or Pittsburgh or Philly or wherever the auditions were being held. And them coming from the small town that you still live in thought that they'd make it, okay? And then, of course, it comes with the Facebook status. Whenever they post that Facebook status, on my way to audition for American Idol, I'm headed back to America's Got Talent. Instant 300 likes.
What are we doing?
From the small town of about 1,000 people you live in, so it's fine. But what they don't know is A, you didn't make it, because you never make that status, and B, what they realize, and what everyone who has auditioned, because I've done it, if you've auditioned for American Idol, Got Talent, any reality, The Voice, if you've auditioned for any one of those shows more than twice, you will fully understand that it is not for you. It is not an audition for you to win. It is not an audition for you to be put on the show. When you go through the ringer of standing in line, getting the sticker with your number, being called back to the classroom full of 30 other people who want to win $1 million, and you're sitting in front of this college kid who's a producer on the show, and they don't actually give a shit, you never actually make it to the judges, to Hollywood. And those people who do, who you see on TV, already have the audiences, babe.
What are we doing?
It's an illusion. What these shows do is create the illusion that you, the small town person, the small town hero who has been singing at the same bars, the same restaurants, doing the same nonprofit events every year, singing the same songs on your guitar in your bathroom because that's the best room in the house to do it. It's fine, but what you realize after going there more than once as an auditioner is that it's an illusion. Because then when you look back and you see the season that you auditioned for on TV and you do Instagram and TikTok searches for every single one of the people who did make it, they already have the audience.
What are we doing?
And that's essentially what every single producer's job is to do. They need to find the influencers, find the singers, find the auditioners that already have 100,000 plus followers on all their platforms. That's what they want. There's no chance in hell that American Idol is going viral because someone like you who has 336 followers from your high school following you on Instagram, and every time you post a new cover of a song, you get 13 likes. American Idol doesn't want you, babe. They want the established artist. So it's basically, listen, if you want to one day ever be considered for American Idol, America's Got Talent, you have got to just start posting online. And don't audition for the show, because once you get that much momentum online, they'll reach out to you.
What are we doing?
Okay, when I was doing magic, when I was performing, I knew people. I knew magicians who were on America's Got Talent. And they told me straight up on the phone, Levi, bro, we didn't audition. They called us. They said, hey, we need a filler spot. I need you to come in, do a 90-second act in front of the judges. We'll put it on TV. You won't actually be a part of the competition. That's another thing too, dude. They don't have everybody you see on TV. You don't remember half the auditions, who made it to Hollywood, who didn't. What you are seeing is exactly what they want you to see. And the only way that any of the producers know that they are going to go viral is if they get viral people. And how do you go viral in 2025 when you're on season 37 of American Idol? American Idol hasn't gone viral in 17 years.
What are we doing?
And so basically, at the end of the day, how do you go viral on TikTok, American Idol? You get TikTokers. You find the TikTokers with the established audiences already, and you invite them to audition, whether they're singers or not, whether they're talented or not, whether you think they'll make it to the end. As long as they can provide you with a 30 to 60 second viral moment, you get a gold star. You American Idol producer, you. And so that's what they do now. And that's all it is. It is 90% influencer setup. They already have the audience. They called them. If you think for a second that anyone like Sophie Powers thought in her mind it would just be something fun to do to go audition for America's Got Talent, you're dead effing wrong.
What are we doing?
Because in walks Sophie Powers. And now we feel so many different ways about this. I'll let you decide on how we move forward. Take a listen to what I discovered after watching American Idol for the first time in what was like 20 years. This is what the show has become.
This song, I mean, it's a tearjerker for sure.
All right, let's hit it.
I had a pet lizard
What are we
named
doing?
George. He was cool, but he made me really bored. So I gave him to my mom, and she loves him very much because animals are better than people. They try to cancel me, bother me, stop bothering me. I don't even like my job. Karens, shut the up. Vegans, shut the up. Babies,
Okay.
shut the up. Everyone needs to shut the up.
Okay. And so here's the issue with this, because it comes in 3 different waves. At the start, you obviously know it's a joke. We are not to take it seriously, right? This whole thing is a roller coaster ride. We start with the build up. Holy shit, it's American Idol. Is it going to be great? No. But wait a minute. Then the second part comes on and the beat starts picking up and she's like, bother me. And by the bother me line, you're already hooked.
What are we doing?
And then she hits us with the whammy. She hits us with the dinger. She hits us with the title of the song. And when she gets into this whole chorus about telling people to shut the fuck up, well, by God, don't your guards instantly start to go down, and you've now started to relate to her. And essentially by the end of it, you want to be Sophie Power's best friend, okay? Just listen to the shut the fuck up part, because the more you listen to it, the more you relate to it, the more you understand her as a person, and the more your brain goes, well, she's got a fucking point.
What are we doing?
Up. Vegans, shut the up. Babies, shut the up. Everyone needs to shut the up. Laundry, shut the up. War, shut the up. Dinosaurs, shut the up.
You know what I mean? Listen, let's break it down. Vegans, they definitely need to shut the fuck up. War, end it. Putin, ceasefire, Israel, Gaza, shut the fuck up. Get it over with. You know what I mean? Dinosaurs. I'm tired of hearing the loud roars and everything else that they have to offer. Shut the fuck up. Laundry. I'm sick of that shit. It's constantly Mount Everest in the corner of the bedroom. I'm done with it. Shut the fuck up.
What are we doing?
The more you listen to Sophie Powers, the more you're drawn in. And I honestly, if she asked me to join her cult, I probably would.
Up. Everyone needs to shut the up. Traffic, shut the up. People, shut
Traffic,
the up.
people.
Groceries,
Groceries.
shut the up. Everyone needs to shut the
Traffic, people, and groceries. I mean, if there's 3 things that you hate in your life, traffic, I'm done with it. Shut the fuck up. People, listen, why do you think I talk to a camera so often?
What are we doing?
And at the end of the day, groceries, dude, I'm done. We're done. I'm done. I'm done at the grocery store.
What are we doing?
I can't do the grocery store. I can't go to the grocery store. I can't bear to be in the grocery store anymore. It's the people, it's the self-checkout, and it's the amount of times I'm there at least once a day. I'm at least there once a day. I'm sorry I'm trigger happy with the button, but that's how I feel. Okay? Listen, the people are idiots. Okay? When I am forced to go to the checkout lane at the grocery store with a cashier, I know exactly what will happen every time. It has been proven. I have tested this. I've gone to Trader Joe's, Giant, Wise. If you call it Weiss, you're a psychopath, Central Pennsylvania.
What are we doing?
I've been to all of the grocery stores, and every single time I choose the aisle with an employee ready there to check me out, every single time the same thing happens. They start looking at the groceries I am scanning, and then they try to conversate with me about it. I'm not even joking. It happens every single time. Okay. I'm there. I got the pizza dough. I got the sauce. I got the cheese. I got Meg's pasta. I got her some sauce. It's spaghetti and pizza night. And he starts scanning them. Oh, pizza night. I see. I also got some steaks for like 2 more nights. And so he scans the pizza dough and he's like, oh, I love our pizza dough. I make pizzas. I made a mistake once. I rolled out the dough right as I got home, put it in the oven, and it was like a brick. I didn't let it come to room temperature. I didn't read any of the instructions. And he keeps swiping my shit. And then he gets to the steaks. And then little buddy goes, oh, you're putting steaks on the pizza. And at this point, I'm like,
what are we doing?
Shut the fuck up. Stop being nosy. I'm not putting steak on the pizza. Those are for tomorrow night. Just scan the fucking groceries. Put the fries in the bag, bro.
What are we doing?
These people try to make conversations with me, and I just want to get out as quickly as possible. That's why sometimes you have to go to the self-checkout. The issue is the self-checkout machines aren't fast enough because they think you're trying to steal shit. And so those, I need at least 30% faster. Some grocery stores have the fast ones, some don't. Some care about the wait. It's just this never-ending nightmare of having to go to the grocery store. So when Sophie Powers says it, I'm like, yes, babe, preach.
What are we doing?
That's it.
That's it, and that's it.
What are we doing?
And that's
What are we
it.
doing?
That's
What are we
it.
doing?
That's
What are we
it. It's Sophie Powers. And this is what I mean when this is what we have to look forward to. You cannot continue watching American Idol season 49 without knowing that it is 100% no longer a serious musical singing talent competition. The winners never win, and the losers, like Sophie Powers, spoiler alert, it's a no from me, babe. She didn't make it to Hollywood. And for that, I say,
What are we doing?
why not? The fact that Sophie Powers came in with the only viral clip from the season thus far. Oh, and by the way, a banger of a track. The beginning's a little rocky, but by the end, you're vibing and you're like, yes, shut the fuck up. Laundry, people, grocery store, do it. Shut the fuck up.
What are we doing?
And it's a masterpiece. We were on the offensive side when we started the whole bit, but now the more you listen to Sophie Powers sing about things that she just doesn't give a shit about anymore, it's actually, honestly, I'm down. And I think I might, when's the next, should we audition for American Idol? I think I might audition for American Idol next year. And so this is where we're at. This is what we do now. We need the producers to find us viral moments. It's not good enough to give someone from a small local hometown who's been singing at the same bar for the last 15 years. It's not good enough to give them a space on the show. So they will be denied once again, even though it's their 8th time auditioning. And we'll let Sophie Powers come in, do this clip because it's going to go and do dummy numbers, babe.
What are we doing?
And that's like the state. That's the state of television. It's the state of American Idol, America's Got Talent. The whole thing is just one big bit. If they don't get, and that's why like American Idol or America's Got Talent's like falling off and everything's basically the same there. It's just the same act over and over and over again. And somehow every single year on America's Got Talent, we have a quick change magician come onto the show. And one of the judges says, oh my gosh, it's so incredible. We've never seen anything like this on the show before.
What are we doing?
This is such an original idea. We've never seen someone change that many dresses that quickly in that style of fashion of magic before. This is America's Got Talent.
What are we doing?
One of the judges will inevitably say all of that this season. This next season of American Idol, America's Got Talent, someone's going to come out. They're going to put a dress over top of another dress and call it magic. They're going to drop a glitter bomb on themselves and the whole dress is going to It's going to be the same act that we've seen every year. And then one of the judges is inevitably going to say, I've never seen anything like this. You're through. It's a yes for me. Go, go, go. And that's pretty much where we're at with reality TV. And then on the other side of it all, we've got TikTok. We've got social media. And to be honest with you, there is no place for people like the Costco family or the MD Foodie Boys with a Z on the end when it comes to things like reality TV, okay? There's no place for them. There's no reason that the MD Foodie Boys or Allie and AJ from the Costco guys or whatever his name is should be on television. They belong on TikTok, and that's where they should stay, and that's where they should be only, because they talk about things like chicken wings. This week with the MD Foodie Boys, boy oh boy, the topics keep coming. Last week, Taco Bell. The week before that, pizza. Now this week, dude, this week's heavy hitter, buffalo wings, chicken wings. We're discussing it. Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna. If you said that to one of the MD Foodie Boys, they'd probably go, huh, what?
What are we doing?
But here they are, letting us know the rundown of the chicken wing. And before we get to Chub Perm's ultimate decision-making opinion, we essentially will let you know how the ultimate wing needs to go down. Listen to me. I know that some of my friends, specifically at the 280 Plus podcast, are probably going to disagree with me. Maybe not. Maybe this is where Carlos and I align on certain topics and opinions. But when it comes to chicken wings, here's the best of the best. When it comes to the outside of the wing, okay, I'm talking the crust, we have two options. You either have the standard typical bar wing, okay, with just the skin, or you have like kind of a Southern style fried chicken KFC type of batter on the wing. And when I tell you that extra crispy like KFC batter style wing, get the fuck out. It's crispy skin 24/7 all day.
What are we doing?
I hate it when I order wings at a restaurant and like a little mini bucket of KFC with some barbecue sauce squirted on it comes on a plate. It's disgusting. Get it away from me. You know why? Because you're gauging the cook on the wing versus the crispiness of the crust, not how much the actual wing has been cooked. And 9 times out of 10, it's the crust that's crispy before the meat on the inside is where I need it to be, aka not still clinging to the bone, potentially clucking, dude. So when I tell you I need sports bar style wings with just the skin on them, that's step one. Now, the argument of drums and flats, so be it. I don't prefer either or. I think I'm more of a flats guy if I had to choose. But if they give me a basket full of both, I'm not complaining there. And then, last but not least, the cook. I like mine a little extra well done. I think wings need to be crispy, and there is nothing on this planet that I hate more than biting into a soft, kind of almost chewy chicken wing. Dude.
What are we doing?
There was a place in Carlisle. If you're from here, you know, but there was a place in Carlisle called the Alibis. There was a bar called Alibis in Carlisle, and they had the best chicken wings. I have not been able to find them since. I have not been able to find a replacement since. When I tell you that the Alibi, they closed. They had to close because I think one of the security guards punched some rich kid from the college down the street directly in the face. And when mommy and daddy have enough money to send you to college, mommy and daddy, especially this college, mommy and daddy have enough money to hire a lawyer when the bouncer at said bar punches you directly in the face because you were being a drunk asshole college student.
What are we doing?
So from that, the owners of the Alibi couldn't really afford to keep it open anymore in fear that they were going to be sued directly out the butthole. And they were, and so they closed their doors, ultimately giving me nothing as far as a place to go to get my chicken wings now and forever in the future. They were the best, and unfortunately they closed because some drunk college kid got punched in the face, and it's fine. But at the end of the day, they had the best wings. They were crispy, they were evenly coated, and they just basically, they taste delicious. And that's another thing too, the sauce, dude. I swear to God, the other week I was out to dinner with my stepdad. Shout out to JD. And not JD Vance, my stepdad's initials are also JD. But what's funny now is I just realized that it kind of is almost like, I'm going to start calling my stepdad JD Vance.
What are we doing?
I can't wait to see him again. I was out to dinner with him, and they not only brought me the fried KFC style wings, it was just barbecue sauce squirted. They didn't even toss them, bro. If you don't toss the wings in the sauce, shame on you, get out of the kitchen. If you don't evenly toss the wings on the sauce, shame on you, get out of the kitchen. And if you drown the wings in sauce, shame on you, get out of the kitchen. It has to be the perfect coating, just enough to cover the whole wing, just enough to drip off. It is extremely difficult to pull off the perfect chicken wing. I ordered chicken wings from Papa John's the other day, and I immediately threw that up into the trash can.
What are we doing?
So if you don't know how to make a chicken wing, I suggest you stop, take them off the menu, reevaluate your life. And essentially, if anyone can figure out what the Alibi was doing to their chicken wings, figure it out, find me, let's get the recipe, and we'll open a food truck, because that shit needs to come back into my life right now. Let's see where Chub Perm and the MD Foodie Boys lie on the opinion of chicken wings. Will it be a we've never had them situation, just like the Taco Bell? Will they be basic ass bitches and just do, mild wings with ranch or blue cheese? Let's see where Chub Perm lies on the ranch/blue cheese argument. Take a look.
What's your favorite type of wings?
Buffalo.
Yeah.
Barbecue. Buffalo or barbecue.
Like Old Bay.
Old Bay.
Honey Old Bay's too. It's like
That's pretty good. Honey barbecue. I've never had that.
It's really good. I get it from J-Bo Grill all the time. I don't think I've ever had it. It's I really only do buffalo barbecue.
And that's it.
What are we doing?
By God, I thought it'd be longer, but that was it. That's their opinions. They like barbecue. And all I've got to say is, if you're just ordering plain barbecue wings and the place serving them doesn't have like a barbecue wing sauce, and they're just putting like old Uncle Ray's or whatever the main barbecue sauce in the barbecue sauce aisle is, like, hey, jump out a window.
What are we doing?
So, I mean, it's the MD Foodie Boys, and they like barbecue wings. Some honey Old Bay, okay, maybe some honey barbecue might be the best. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite style of wings is. I recently discovered Wingstop. Here's my issue with Wingstop, dude. My issue with Wingstop is they're delicious, but the Wingstop at my location has a bunch of lazy motherfuckers working there, and it takes at least an hour and a half for every single order.
What are we doing?
So much so that I've complained twice, and now my name's on the wall. My personal name is on the wall at my local Wingstop, so every time I come in there, my order's free. Now, I haven't used it, and I haven't gone back in because I'm not an asshole, but like, my order's free now because they just F up too many times. And I can't really stand the fact that whenever I order a dozen or two chicken wings at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, it takes them an hour and a half just to drop them in the fryer.
What are we doing?
So, according to the new manager there, he's working on fixing the team. But until that's been proven, we're not going to Wingstop anymore. Alibis was it. That's our loyalty. It's the chicken wing, baby. You know what I mean? Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna. Listen, tech news update. I don't do these often, but this one caught my eye because it's personal. I had this product originally. I've been following the company ever since day one. If you know, you know. The Pebble smartwatch is back. If you've never heard of the Pebble smartwatch, this thing is the reason you have an Apple Watch on your wrist. Pebble, they weren't necessarily the first to come out back in the day, but at its core was almost one of the most popular smartwatches for its time. They started on Kickstarter, okay? They only needed like $100,000 or something, but they blew that out of the water and made millions off of their Kickstarter. What they promised and what they developed was an e-ink smartwatch that had like a 30-day battery, and it could connect to Android or Apple devices at the time with a proprietary app. It would bring you notifications, your workout, etc. It was waterproof, and the most important part of the whole thing, I've already said it, is the battery lasted for like a whole month.
What are we doing?
And so once we got version 1 of the Pebble, then we got V2 of the Pebble. They were, Either they released a third round version, they released a couple more versions, and then right before they released like a third or a fourth version of the watch, they were purchased. The company Fitbit, remember Fitbit? They came in and bought Pebble for like $30 million, something silly, crazy low at the time, but to them, I'm sure it was more than they were making a year. So they got bought out by Fitbit. Fitbit promised that they were going to continue it, but unfortunately, much like most mergers and company buying acquisitions do, they shelved it. Then, a few years later, like 4 or 5 years ago, Google purchased Fitbit. And when Google purchased Fitbit, along with it came the Pebble OS, all of its IP, the patents, and everything else that came with Pebble when they were acquired from Fitbit and now a part of Google. And as you can imagine, Google has nothing to do or wants nothing to do with Pebble because they have their own smartwatch. They've got Android Wear, they've got Android smartwatches. They don't need a black and white e-ink display. So one of the original developers, founders, I'm not 100% sure how he was involved. His name was Eric Mijovsky. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. We'll call him Eric M for short. Eric M went to his buddies at Google and said, hey guys, I had a blast working on Pebble. I still love it. What would you say if we just open sourced the Pebble software, not only then allowing people who want to download it, use it, develop for it, tinker with it, and at the end of the day, I'm going to team up with Movement and other watch companies to kind of relaunch the brand because, hey, why not? And Google was like, sure, dude, whatever you want to do, we've got our own smartwatch platform. So it was announced like a month or two ago that Eric was going to not only make the Pebble OS open source, he was going to bring back an actual piece of hardware, which leads us to the news this week, introducing 2 new Pebble OS watches from Mr. Eric M himself. And so, I mean, they're available for pre-order now. This got my little tech tingling, you know what I mean? If you know, you know.
What are we doing?
And so it's just, they're beautiful as they once were. It's a blast from the early to mid 2000s past. And or late 2000s, I guess. It wasn't really early 2000s, but mid to late 2000s, this was something that me and my coworkers, shout out to Fred, were super excited about. I think he backed the Kickstarter. I got in immediately after the Kickstarter ended. And so to see Pebble and the smartwatch and the OS go from the company to Fitbit to Google to the shelf to now us getting it back as a resurrection, as a brand, an open source thing. All of the apps presumably still work. They're working on an updated companion app for when the new watches drop right now. And it's basically a comeback. And so the press release reads, we're excited to announce 2 new smartwatches that run the open source Pebble operating system. And they're compatible with thousands of beloved Pebble apps. We have the Core 2 Duo that has an ultra crisp black and white e-ink display, a polycarbonate frame, and a cost of only $149 shipping this July. Eat your heart out, Apple Watch.
What are we doing?
Or you could upgrade to the Core Time 2 that has a larger 64 color e-ink display, a metal frame, and still comes in at under $250 at $225 shipping this December, just in time for the holidays. And so both are available in limited quantities, and you can pre-order on the website. I'll put the link down below. So pretty simple. Why are we making new smartwatches for Pebble? Because we want one. No company has made a perfect smartwatch for people like us, so we're going to make the exact smartwatch we want. Basically, the new Pebble devices, just like the old ones, are going to have an always-on e-ink screen, a long 30-day battery life, a simple, beautiful design, physical buttons, and essentially, because it's open source, you can do whatever you want with it.
What are we doing?
You want to hack the shit out of your Pebble Watch, I'm pretty sure One of them it comes with the connector you need to plug it in directly into your computer. So at the end of the day, it is a product for the nerd and tech enthusiast of the community first. And then, of course, obviously, smartwatch, fitness gurus, and people who are up to date on tech like that second. So, I mean, the 30 days of battery life has me hooked, babes. I don't know about you, but that's the biggest, thing. That's the biggest hatred I have towards the modern day smartwatch. Any Apple Watch, any Android watch, any watch with a screen that connects directly to your phone essentially has anywhere from a day to sometimes a week's worth of battery life if you're going for like the Apple Watch Ultra, which costs just as much as the damn phone.
What are we doing?
And so at the end of the day, when you're someone like me who doesn't feel like plugging in their watch every night because you want to sleep with it on, you want to track your sleep, you want to do things, you can't do that if you have to plug it in every night. Hello, Tim Apple, you know what I mean? But with something like a Pebble, you got 30 days, babe. You got 30 days of an always-on e-ink display. It looks great. It works great. The original Pebbles I can vouch for. I probably still have one in a drawer somewhere. It's one of those things that they've been trying to replicate for years. We've seen it with like the cheap OnePlus watches, the CMF watch you can get for like $50. You can go onto Temu and get a smartwatch for like $30 right now. But at the end of the day, it's not going to last. It's not going to be great. And I am ecstatic that Pebble is here. It's back. And I'm probably going to pre-order. I'm probably going to pre-order one. I don't know if I'm going color or solid black and white, but I mean, this whole press release here, it's so long. You can certainly get the link and read the whole thing for yourself. But I'm excited. Let me know if you're excited for the Pebble smartwatch. I even heard, I don't think they mentioned this in the top list of features, I even heard it has a microphone feature on it, not for phone calls, but for Chat GPT, which I'm going to be very, 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 very interested in. So be on the lookout for that. And if, you know what I mean, if you've been let down by tech recently, like any other AI, listen, this is not another device that is promising a bunch of AI features.
What are we doing?
The fact that Apple, I'm pretty sure, is now being sued. I should have hopped on it earlier, but the fact that Apple is now being sued for false advertising, I mean, good. Good. I didn't think Apple would fall to the same promise or the same broken promise that like Humane Pin and Rabbit and all these other tech companies that are like, it's AI, this new device, it'll control your life. This new version of Siri, it's AI powered and it'll run your whole life. And you can ask it who you met 3 months ago and it'll dig through your asshole and tell you exactly the name of the person you met at the coffee shop back in April.
What are we doing?
But guess what? That's not coming until the iPhone 17 now. So Apple's fallen victim to it. The other companies have fallen victim to it. Humane Pin just shut down and made all their products a brick. Like, it's just this revolution of AI products in the hardware space not going so well. And so it's a relief to see something like the Pebble watch make a comeback in 2025 and be available for us to purchase as new technology in 2025 and not have a single mention of AI and how this new watch is pumped full of AI and how you just put it on and for 30 days it's going to know everything it needs to know about your life and your routine because the new Pebble Watch AI is here. I'm so relieved. I'm so relieved that that's not happening because in a world where we have things like, dude, don't even get me started. Was the parachute and the spaceship hitting in the water? There's no reflection on the water. And you're telling me after a giant piece of metal came crashing down into the middle of the ocean, a pod of dolphins just so happened to swim by?
What are we doing?
A pod of dolphins said, hey, That's probably not dangerous. We should go check it out and get closer to the big hunk of metal floating in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. That's not suspicious at all. So it was a perfect landing. The whole thing looked majestic. The water's not really reacting to I don't know, man. In a world where everything could potentially be AI, where's the video? Where's one of the video? Like, look, watch this. You're telling me this doesn't look like AI, bro? I don't want to be that guy, but this looks like AI.
And splashdown. Crew 9 back on Earth.
The majestic flow of the parachutes. So,
and SpaceX Freedom, splashdown.
I don't know, man.
Copy splashdown. We see main chutes cut. Nick, Alex, Butch, Sunny, on behalf of SpaceX, welcome home.
It looks a little too good to be true. Here's the dolphins. Look at that.
We got a cute little pod of dolphins.
Dolphins. Adorable little pod of dolphins.
Dragon spacecraft. Now,
I mean, does this look real to you? I can't be for sure. I can't give you a definite answer because I'm already at war with Elon Musk.
What are we doing?
And so at this point in time, we can only speculate and say, in my opinion, that look at dolphins. Dolphins swam by at the exact moment. A whole pod of dolphins. I don't know, man. Elon Musk, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. It's time to get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Levi McCurdy. Thank you so much for another fantastic week of content, of copy, of news stories. It's because of you. I do it every week. Shout out to all of our new subscribers. Thank you so much for hitting that like button. Shout out to the top commenters this week. You guys are the greatest. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy this episode. I hope you've stuck with me this long. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope that this week is the best week of your life. I hope you get good news. I hope you have good luck. And I hope you get that message, that phone call, that Snapchat, that Facebook, that whatever notification you're waiting for, it's coming, babes. Be on the lookout. It's because of you. It's why we do. And that is the What Are We Doing podcast. Have a good week, everybody. We'll see you next time. Peace.
What are we doing?